YouTube channel. So this is going to be a video on what I eat in a day. It's going to be a full day of eating with a slight twist because I reached out to such fabulous YouTubers and influencers on the gram and on the YouTube to say what I should have for every meal today. When I searched this video up just to gain some inspiration and just some ideas out of, it came to my attention that a lot of the YouTubers were just from America and the people within the video were all American, which obviously there's no problem with. We love Americans. But I think this video is absolutely fabulous to find out other YouTubers and creators that you could potentially subscribe to. So this is why I wanted to make this video today. Plus, I feel like it's a pretty cool video to make because letting people decide what I eat in a day is a bit adventurous, and I love being adventurous in the kitchen. So for the first meal of the day, which is breakfast, I've chose a lovely YouTuber called Sophie Jane. She's all the way from Australia, and let's see what Sophie has for breakfast.
Okay, breakfast. My opinion, best meal of the day, so very honoured that you chose me for breakfast.
I agree.
I'm gonna say what I had for breakfast this morning because it was so good.
Okay.
It is just coconut yogurt, like a decent amount of coconut yogurt, like don't skimp out on it. Some frozen raspberries, banana cut up, loads of granola, a bit of like protein powder. I use vanilla, but you know what, feel free to do whatever. And chia seeds, if you've got all those things. So good.
So what Sophie has suggested there is not something I would usually go for breakfast. Like usually I would go for some like pancakes, waffles, or maybe some oatmeal. Something quite hot and warming since we live in a cold climate of England. But in saying that, the weather today is quite nice, which we shall soon see today how the turnout is. But Sophie, since she's from Australia, the breakfast that she chose is quite cooling, understandably, which is not a problem because a bowl of yogurt with some granola and fruit is just delicious anyhow, so we're gonna roll with it. But I'm gonna share with you guys the ingredients that I do have. I know she said to use coconut yogurt, but I didn't have any coconut yogurt and I couldn't find any coconut yogurt, so instead I've got this Nush almond yogurt, which is, I guess, kind of similar. I don't know, but we're gonna go with this. And in terms of protein powder, I'm sure we all know by now the vanilla soy isolate by MyProtein is by far my favourite, and if you haven't yet tried it, you need to because it is delicious. But unfortunately I ran out and my voucher code isn't until a few weeks time. So we are going to go with the matcha soy isolate as well. And so that's also my favourite protein powder of theirs. It tastes like vanilla with just a hint of matcha in it. So that's great. And then of course we've got some granola, delicious granola. We probably won't use the whole jar, but there'll definitely be quite a lot of granola involved. And then we've got some chia seeds to sprinkle on top and some frozen raspberries. And then I'll also cut up a banana, like Sophie said. So I'm gonna pop you to the side and I'm going to make my breakfast for this morning. So as Sophie mentioned, we're not going to skimp out on the amount of yogurt that we use. So I'm just going to use the leftover pot of this yogurt here. It's probably around like 250 grams, which is fairly a decent amount, I'd say. And we're going to add the matcha soy isolate to the yogurt.
If you should
guys, so breakfast is acquired. A super simple and easy breakfast to make, yet so effective. We've got a matcha yogurt granola bowl with some banana slices and frozen raspberries and a sprinkle of chia seeds, just like what Sophie asked for, except I went a bit wild with the matcha. I sprinkled some matcha on top and used matcha protein powder as opposed to vanilla protein powder, but we gotta be creative somehow. So I'm gonna gobble this up now. I feel like we should have a little taste test, even though it's just yogurt. Delicious. I love the matcha soy isolate. It's one of my favorite, as well as the vanilla soy isolate protein powders. But this is a yummy, delicious breakfast. So thank you very much, Sophie. I'm gonna gobble this up right now, and I'll probably see you at snack time. So I'm back looking slightly different. I'm in gym attire and I've got a full face of makeup on with straightened hair because I was just taking some photos for My Protein. They've released new acid wash joggers, so I took photos in those. But for my pre-workout snack, I selected Laura Rose on Instagram, a lovely PT and a fellow My Protein ambassador. So let's see what Laura has selected for me to have for my pre-workout snack.
Hey Leila, for your pre-workout snack, I think you should have one of my favourite snacks, which is peanut butter and jam on a bagel, preferably on one of your chickpea bagels because they are delicious. Anyway, have a good workout.
Fabulous. So, like Laura has said there, I'm going to be making one of my chickpea bagels, which the recipe is in my ebook, which I'll leave in the description box down below. I just made a single serving of the recipe, so rather than making 6 bagels, which the recipe makes, I made just the one for my pre-workout snack. And then, of course, Laura's favourites, peanut butter and jelly. We are going to go in with that as well. Now, I don't have strawberry jams, but I do have this black cherry jam, so we're gonna have a cherry and peanut butter bagel. And then I've got my favorite kind of peanut butter, Manny Life. I do love it. I have the My Protein one as well, but this one is so good. Unfortunately, I ran out on the powdered peanut butter, which is also my favorite, but that's not a problem because this combo here will do us just fine for my pre-workout snack. And then I'm going to be having a cup of coffee with that, relaxing for a hot second, and then jumping into my workout, which I'm going to film for you guys. So this is the mini bagel. I'm not going to cut it in half. I'm just going to spread these spreads on top, and then that will be my pre-workout snack. So I don't know about you guys, but I always go in with the peanut butter first, and then I plonk the jelly on top. Let me know what you do first, because that'll be interesting to know, to see whether you put the peanut butter on first or the jam on first. Definitely the peanut butter in my opinion. And I prefer more jam than peanut butter as well. So here we have my peanut butter and jam chickpea bagel. It looks absolutely incredible. I think we should take a bite out of it actually, but I'm going to put you in a better angle. Alright, in we go for the taste test. That looks so good and so delicious. It tastes amazing as well. So thank you, Laura, for that suggestion. It tastes absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to finish the rest of that off with my coffee. I'm going to watch some videos, and then I'm going to do my upper bod and core session today. So of course now it's been a little while later since I had my little pre-workout snack. It was just a little snack, so I didn't have to digest as long as I usually would. So it took me around 45 minutes to feel comfortable to be able to move again. But today we're going to be hitting up an upper bod and core session. Usually when I film a video, it's on a Saturday, so that lands on my full body day. So today we're doing upper body instead. As I always get asked how I structure my routine throughout the week, typically Monday is legs, Tuesday, which is today, I do an upper body workout, Wednesday, legs again, Thursday, upper body, Friday, legs again, and when I say legs, I mean lower body, and then Saturday I do a full body routine, then Sunday I have a full day of rest, this is the optimal training routine for me. If I don't reach those certain days, or if I don't feel up to it on certain days, then I just won't do it. It's just, this is the routine that I plan and guide myself through the week. I'm currently doing no high intensity interval training because I just don't feel like it's right for me. I'm already doing enough, so I don't want to overtrain. And in terms of my low intensity steady state cardio, I typically do that in the morning, and since I'm still working, my job is very active, so I tend to get a lot of my steps throughout the day when I'm at work. In terms of my step goal, I usually hit around 15 to 25k, but I don't put a pressure on myself. Like currently I think I'm under like 5k. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm on 4,000 something, and it's midday. I'm not in any like particular pressure to reach a certain goal. If I reach 10k today, that's amazing. If I reach 15k today, that's amazing. If I'm not able to reach the step count, which is ideal, I'm not bothered by that either. I'll just move however I want to move, and if I feel up to it. I'm going to stop rambling now before I get carried away, because I'm a rambler, and we're going to jump into the core workout, because that's what I like to start with when I'm doing my upper body and core sessions. So I'm going to run you through the exercises. There's 4 of them. I'm going to do 4 times 12. I'll run you through the first circuit, and then I'm going to jam out with some music and show you the rest of the upper body workout. So for the first exercise, we're going to do 4 leg raises. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So you just want to lay flat on the ground here, like so. And you want to make sure that your back isn't like that, because this is not going to touch on your core if you do that. You want to make sure that your back is flat against the ground throughout the exercise. So then you just want to go like this and out again for 12. For the next exercise, which is mountain climbers, you just want to get yourself into a plank position, and then you're going to mountain climb. So this just looks like this, and we're going to do that 24 times. Lovely. So then we're going to jump into some flutter kicks as well as some scissor kicks, which are super great for the lower belly here. And then the final exercise of this circuit, and then we're going to repeat that 4 times, is planks into side planks, which looks just like this. Fabulous. So I thought I'd run you through those exercises just to show a little bit of a demo. I'm going to put on some music, carry on with those exercises 3 more times, and then I'm going to jump into my upper body session. So ready for a time lapse in 3, 2, 1, action. Alright guys, so workout is done. I'll leave all the exercises in the description box down below for you guys to try out if you want. But for lunch, because I'm so ready for more food, I seeked help from the wonderful, beautiful Emily's World, which if you don't know, get to know, because she is a fellow foodie like me and I absolutely love her. So let's see what Emily has to say.
Hello, Leila. How are you?
I'm good,
Please
thanks.
excuse the state of me. I literally woke up, put a bit of mascara on, and here we are. So,
wonderful.
For lunch, I want you to make some sort of pizza from scratch, mainly because I want the recipe off you. Like, I want you to do it so that I can have a look and then I can recreate what you're going to recreate, because I want to know how to make a delicious pizza. Toppings, let me think.
Now, this is where she threw me off, and I had to seek help from the gram to have approval. So, let's see what Emily claims belongs on a pizza.
toppings. So I want you to have maybe some vegan cheese.
Okay.
I want you to have some veggies on there.
Lovely.
I want you to put pineapple on there, okay? Some pieces of pineapple.
Pineapple.
I like pineapple on pizza. And I also want you to put some really, really spicy sauce on there. Mainly because I'm hoping you don't like spice, but if you like spice, then this is going to be fine.
Okay, so Emily's weird choice of pineapple on pizza has me in bits. So I did ask Instagram, does pineapple belong on a pizza? And a lot of you, shockingly, had said, yeah. Let's see the poll now. So a whopping 219 of you, in comparison to 159 of you, believe that pineapple belongs on pizza. Which, I can't lie, I haven't tried. So maybe I'll enjoy it, maybe I won't. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna head into the kitchen. But before that, because it's so sunny outside and beautiful, and I am gonna have my lunch outside, I'm going to jump into some comfy attire. So let's do a little transition, shall we? Hopefully that worked. We'll soon find out, future Leila. But Emily is taking us all the way to Italia, whilst I'm going to take a trip to Hawaii when we make this pizza, because whenever there's a pineapple on a pizza, it always comes under Hawaiian pizza. So we're gonna have some barbecue sauce on there, some cauliflower for the veggies, some red onions, and of course the pineapple with the cheese. Let's see how it pans out. So before we make the base of the pizza, we're just going to season the cauliflower with some barbecue sauce. I'm gonna be using this Skinny Food Syrup Smoky Barbecue Sauce to flavor the cauliflower. And this is also going to become the base of the pizza when I spread it across. So we're just going to half this cauliflower, and we're going to use half a head of cauliflower on the pizza. And then what you want to do is just crumble it all up into pieces. So once you've made a mess and crumbled all the cauliflower into little tiny pieces, you just want to transfer this into a little dish, and then you're going to throw on the barbecue sauce. So you then just want to set that aside, and then you're going to make the base of the pizza. So for the pizza base, you just need to add 70 grams of plain self-raising or spelt flour. Then you need to pop in 50 grams of unsweetened soy yogurt or an alternative. And then you want to season the base with some garlic granules and some onion salt. Then you just want to add some baking powder and some lemon juice. Then you'll just need to whisk that all up. And then it should form like a dough. Now I saved some flour on the side just so that we can knead the dough and it doesn't stick to the surface. So I sprinkled that on, and then we just want to roll it out. And then so it doesn't stick to the surface further, you just want to get your little baking paper that you're going to be placing on your baking tray, and then you just want to roll it out onto there, and then that will prevent it from sticking to the surface. So once we've reached the stage of like a pizza base looking thing, we're going to spread on top our smoky barbecue sauce, and we're going to be very generous with it because we love a saucy pizza. And then we're going to spread that across. Then we're just going to add the barbecue cauliflower. Then I'm going to add some red onions sliced up, sprinkle on some cheese, and then of course the pineapple. And then we can't help but add more cheese just to hide the fact that there's pineapple on pizza. So I do indeed think that this pizza needs to go in the oven now to be cooked up. So I'm going to be placing it on the baking tray and popping it in the oven for around 20 to 25 minutes on 180°C. So of course course, as we all know by now, whenever I have a savoury meal, I must have a sweet meal afterwards to complement it. So I reached out to my lovely friend and influencer, Katie. Let's see what she has in store for me. Actually, Katie did say she thought that I wouldn't have made this creation yet, but I have done in the past. However, I'm going to make it completely different to how I've done so in the past already. Let's see what Katie has in store for us.
Hey Leila, so for your lunch dessert, I would like you to create a single serve Pop-Tart. Enjoy!
She knows me so well. We love the creativeness in that. I love a Pop-Tart. We're going to be making it chocolate flavoured. I've made blueberry in the past and strawberry, but I haven't yet tried chocolate. It's going to be filled with chocolate chips, so we're going to get cracking with that. And by that time, the pizza shall be done and we'll be having a la carte outside in the sunny weather. So to start off with, you just need 30 grams of flour. This is going to make a single serve portion. Then we want to just add 10 grams of a chocolate soy isolate protein powder or a vegan alternative. Whey isn't really going to help us out here, so I'm going to pop that in there with this. Then to the mixture, we're going to add unsweetened soy yogurt. It's 40 grams of it. You can see that yogurt in vegan recipes when it comes to like flour based stuff is really useful for it to become like a doughy texture. So I would definitely invest in some soy yogurt, or if you're intolerant to soy, head for some coconut yogurt or some almond yogurt like I did so this morning. And then you just want to add some baking powder to that as well, and just some lemon juice. So then you just want to combine that all together, which is then going to also form a dough texture just like the pizza, but we're going to flatten it out into a rectangular shape, cut the rectangle, and then place the chocolate chips in the middle, flip that on each other and pop it in the oven. So once we reach like a rectangular large size shape, like I said, we're going to cut it in half and then place them on top of each other, just like so. And then we're going to place our chocolate chips in the center here, place it on top of each other, and then just like a Pop-Tart, we want to get a little fork here and then press down on the sides to just close it off. And so now that is your single serve chocolate Pop-Tart. So we're going to pop that in the oven now to cook along with the pizza for around 10 minutes. If I do say so myself, I think the turnout of that is pretty impressive. We've got the barbecue sauce on there, the red onions, the pineapple, the cauliflower. Now I'm gonna add the finishing touches, and just like Emily said, she wants me to put on some hot chili sauce, so that's what we're gonna do here. And I'm also gonna go wild with the crushed red peppers, because I'll have you know, Emily, I love spice. And then we've got some black pepper as well, just for some extra seasoning, because I am a seasoning kind of girl. Well, would you look at that? We've got a lovely little pizza here, suggested by Emily's World. We've got the barbecue sauce base, we've got the barbecue cauliflower, we have the pineapple on the pizza, we've got some red onions on there. I sprinkled on some pickled red cabbage because I love a pickled red cabbage. Then we went in with some coriander and a sprinkle of chili hot sauce. Now you may be questioning my decisions here, saying why have you placed coriander, pickled red cabbage, and all the other lark on this pizza? Well, if pineapple's going on pizza, anything can go on pizza in that case. I'm going to slice this up now and see what the dough is saying, and then I'll show you the chocolate Pop-Tart. So I feel like we should see what the taste is like. To me, the dough turned out pretty good. I've made this 2-ingredient dough before in my previous What I Eat in a Day, but I doubled up the recipe just to make a larger size pizza. I mean, it's got quite a fair few toppings on there, I believe, so we're going to take a little munch out of it without destroying it. Do you know what? That is bloomin' delicious. I do agree that pineapple belongs on pizza now. But I think that's in conjunction with the barbecue sauce and the cauliflower it all goes really well with each other. And the cheese that I use is the BioLife cheese because I find that it melts the best. But yeah, I am pleasantly surprised by that. So thank you, Emily, for this. I'm gonna nibble them on that outside now. So as for the Pop-Tart suggested by Katie, I feel like we should tear it apart and see what it's saying inside. So let's go in here. Whoa, would you look at that? I'm pretty impressed with myself there. That looks like a decent chocolate Pop-Tart. I wonder if we squeeze it, what it would be like. I don't know about you, but my mouth is watering just looking at that. So we are going to get myself outside onto the sunny table and eat this all up. Thank you, guys. So we've got my pizza here and my Pop-Tart with a big jug of water because I need to stay hydrated in this little heat wave that we're having. And I'm actually watching Sophie Jane, the one who suggested my breakfast this morning. So I'm going to sit here and munch on all the goodies. Okay guys, pizza has been demolished and how fabulous it was. Now for the chocolate Pop-Tart, which I haven't yet given a taste test. I have taken a bite out of it already because I'm an eager beaver. That is so good. So I think the turnout of this and how well it does is dependent on the chocolate protein powder you use. I don't recommend the chocolate soy isolate by My Protein, but I do recommend the dark chocolate or the cacao and orange. I use the cacao and orange in this recipe, so there's a hint of orange on there, but it's not too much, it's just right. But the chocolate chips just make it everything really. And you could fill this up with like peanut butter, maybe some jam. Delicious. So usually on Tuesdays I have full-time work, but I took annual leave off with the interest of being able to sunbathe today since it's such lovely weather in the UK this week. But I've literally spent the majority of the day fussing around with my laptop because it's given me issues. It's not letting me edit the video that I was meant to be uploading today because I post on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Instead, I'm posting my weekly food shop as opposed to my self-care routine today, but that's okay. Life happens. What can you do? It's 4:30 now and the sun is still outside, so I'm going to make the most of it whilst it's still out before dinner. So I've had my little sunbathe sesh for today. I've changed into some comfy attire after freshening up the bod. Let's see who we've got for my dinner plans for today. And I think it goes by the lines of someone who likes peanuts, is the queen of food challenges, and her name is Steph, aka Natty Foodie Fitness. So, Steph, what am I having for dinner?
Leila, for dinner, can I have you making a vegan alternative to fried chicken and waffles? Because I love like the sweet and savoury combo. Don't know how you feel about that. Looking forward to seeing what...
Well, I'll tell you how I feel about that. I am digging that combo. I love waffles. I love tofu, which is going to act as the vegan fried chicken for today. And I'm actually going to cheat my way through this. I'm going to be using potato waffles, which I know isn't sweet, but we're going to sweeten it with some agave syrup on top. This reminds me of a meal quite some time ago now, pre-lockdown, called Absurd Bird, and they serve the most amazing vegan fried tofu with the most delicious waffles drizzled with maple syrup. So this is going to be such an epic throwback to that, but it's not going to be as great. And then, of course, as you know, this might as well become my motto by now. After every savoury meal, slash, this one's going to be sweet slash savoury, still, there has to be room for dessert. So, I chose the lovely Olivia Jarvis to pick my dessert. Let's see what she has in store for me.
Hey Leila, for your dessert, I think you should make a chocolate protein mug cake with like chocolate sauce and some berries.
Ooh, I am loving that combo. That is super easy to make, super easy to whip up and have, and super fabulous to have and end the day on. So I can't go wrong with any of those choices there. Thank you so much, guys. Without further ado, I think we should pop into the kitchen to make this epicness, and I'll catch you to find my results. guys, that's dinner and dessert now completed. We're gonna go in with the taste test, but I thought I'd mention the reasoning of the kale. I just felt like I was lacking a bit of veg in my life today, so I needed that in there, excuse it. But we went with 2 potato waffles, and then I made my homemade breaded vegan fried chicken, aka tofu. And we're gonna have a little taste of this. I drizzled on some maple syrup, so we've got the sweet and the savoury in there, just like what Natalie asked for. Let's have a taste. So both of them together is a really nice combo. I quite like that. Maybe I should have this more often. I think it would have been quite more exciting if I made my own waffles, but like I said, I used a lot of flour today and I didn't really want to make my own waffles using up more of the flour that I currently lack. So yeah, I'm making do with this, but it is quite a good combo and I quite like this dinner. And then onto the dessert here, we have the vegan chocolate protein mug cake, just like what Olivia asked for, with some berries, and then I went in with some fresh mint and a chocolate mint sauce. So, taste test for this as well. I mean, it's quite inevitable that I'm always going to go yummy for everything that I make, because this is super delicious. But what's great about this is actually flourless. I only used 3 ingredients technically, consisting of chocolate protein powder, mashed banana, and peanut butter. So that's great and easy to make as well in the microwave. And if you don't have a microwave, because I know a lot of you don't have a microwave, you can just chuck it in the oven for an extra 2 minutes and it will be just as nice. But guys, that is the end of a full day of eating where YouTubers pick my meals for the day. I'm going to gobble this all up now, rest and digest, ready for my day tomorrow to start up again. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me. I'll leave all the YouTubers' names and links in the bio down below, so go check them out and subscribe to them if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!